Hi, hello. Today I'm showing you how to use a Fender Mustang lt25 on your PC, where you can create tones instead of having to use the buttons. There's a bunch of more presets that were, I think, made by Fender to be already on it, as or like default presets and such, but weren't added or implemented, or they're on the different models that have more presets, but I haven't really checked about that. But we are going to Fender Tone, or just Fender in general. It's just easier to go to Fender Tone so that it shows you faster. Just scroll down until you see this thing. There's also a download for the Rumble Studios, the GTs, the GTXs, the LTXs, the Micro Plus, and such. But we are focusing on the lt25 today, and I guess it would work with 1540s in the Rumble. But you click this, it'll open another window. I cannot talk today. It'll open another window, it'll start downloading. I already have it, so I won't download it. Then you just gotta go back once that's downloaded to your desktop, and it should be in what's it called, like install master, download master, like a lot of other things that download from the web. Then it'll probably be pre-selected as a shortcut to your desktop. It'll be Fender Tone LT Desktop. And we just gotta wait for that to load. Where you'll have this. Mine is not currently connected until you turn on your amp. And if you see on your amp, if you don't know, there'll be a USB plugin for, it might be USB-A. I can't remember, it's been a while. But make sure that it's actually working once you plug it in and such, because certain chords don't work for this. Like, I had to try out a couple chords before I got to work. But of course you'll have all of the settings that you already made. I have an Eddie Van Halen tone, a bunch of other things that I've made for different songs that are named weirdly. I have Pantera Walk and such. You can configure your settings here. Like if I wanted to change the bass, and for some reason it's like an up and down slider, you can't just like touch it and fold it over. You can change out the pedals and such. You can add more. Once you click like add pedal, it'll go into this menu where there's a bunch of the pedals that are built into the amp. Then if you go over here to the side, there'll be factory presets. These are a bunch of ones that weren't implemented or are on a different amp, as I said. And there's 100 of them. You can configure them if you want to change them, which I don't recommend because they're already pretty cool. It'll start you out on 60s fuzz, which is a pretty good setting as far as I know and have tried. There's clean delay. There's also settings that are for songs. There's a couple that are for specific people, and ones that are just from a certain setting. There's up here on 4, there's Back in Black tone. I think this might be song, but I think it's referencing the movie with Steve Vai and what's his name from Karate Kid? Something, I don't know, I can't remember today. But there's a bunch of settings. Enter Sandman, Everlong, and remember Everlong is in drop D. There's Fender Clean, like up here. There's also ones that were implemented if you want just like the standard ones. There's Iron Man, bunch of songs that I don't know. Kill 'Em All, which is basically tone for the entire album from Metallica, I guess. Like, I only know one song that's from that album. What's it called? Seek and Destroy. I never remember the name of it. Metal lead, like the 11th preset on there, with a crunch already on there as well. Old 15 speaker. It's kind of like a crunchy, bluesy one. Raining Blood. Super awesome riff. Or is it a riff? Isn't it played multiple times? It might be a lick. There's Teen Spirit, which is just smells like Teen Spirit, but's named weirdly. The Boys Are Back sounds like a song. Tortured Telly. It's just like a super crunchy telly sound. And VH Brown Sound is referencing like what I have named my VH tone. This one's a little bit less airy than mine. The phaser isn't quite turned up as much, I don't think. They're almost the same. There's a few things that are swapped out. But this is referencing Eddie Van Halen's early brown sounds, like on Van Halen and stuff. But, yeah. I don't normally do guitar videos. There's also Acoustic Sim, which is pretty good. Yeah. You can... What does this do? It's not letting me control those. Weird. But this is, pretty cool. VH brown sound. It's weird that they would just say Van Halen brown sound. His brother also played guitar, but I don't think they really had the same tone. His brother was the drummer, but they swapped instruments. Something like that. It's pretty good though. Cool. Something like that. But it is a pretty cool app. This is the only real app that I know of that lets you control the lt25 and such. But kind of sucks. I think some amps, or it might just be... I don't really know about software with guitars, but I think there's some people that make it sound like other amps even more than the lt25 has. Which would be pretty cool, because my favorite amp is the Fender Superchamp X2, which was the first amp that I ever got to use. It's a pretty cool app. Goodbye.